What's up, guys? Hope you are well. Welcome to another training at Trained by YBS. And today we'll be talking about five hidden transformation phases everyone should know about. Because if you miss any of these phases, you won't be able to transform or you won't be able to maintain your results. And this is coming from whom? Someone who has transformed 5,000 lives in the last 6 years using our last diet method. Our method specifically meant for people who have been trying to transform, trying to level up their health since months and years, but haven't been able to reach their goals. So before we get started with the phases, I'll let me show you some of our shock the world transformations. Also, keep in mind these are only some of them. We have hundreds of transformations. We literally have a book of results which is called TeamYVS Hall of Fame. Let's check out some of the transformations. So, to get an idea of that, what kind of people do we work with, where we are making people lose more than 30 kgs, making people get shredded, uh, making people lose more than 50 kgs, bottom right. Uh, we had Daksh lose more than 50 kgs. We have helped Miss India models. We have helped international clients. We have helped people lose more than 50 kgs, reverse insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, PCOD, PCOS, and yeah, that is what. Look at some more transformations. Bottom left is a 4 week transformation, literally a rapid fat loss phase. And look at this. Shocking, isn't it? A lot of our clients getting shredded, losing fat. And that is what. Look at this. All of this while, maintaining the results, while maintaining the progress and everything else. Top right, it's Emily. It's an international client. I mean, not even an Indian. And we were able to transform her also. And that is what. So from students to everyone else. Bottom right, he's a teacher. Bottom, yeah, it's bottom right. He's a teacher. Look at shaded teachers. So these are the kind of results we have been able to get from students to everyone else using our five phases, which I would be talking about in a second. So ये five phases सब में बहुत important है because we don't want to transform. We want to transform, change your life, and make sure you maintain these results permanently. ओके सो प्रिंसिपल समझा देता हूँ पहले सी बर्ड आई व्यू से क्या है कि ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इज लुक्ड एट जस्ट एज अ प्लान दैट मीन्स एक डाइट और वर्कआउट प्लान मिल जाएगा एंड आप उसको फॉलो कर लोगे बात बन जाएगी इन अ वे इट इज करेक्ट बट इसके अंदर बहुत सारे नुआंसेस हैं राइट सो दैट्स समथिंग व्हिच वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड कुछ लोगों के लिए सिंपल होता है बट मैंने अपने एक्सपीरियंस से देखा 99% ऑफ आर क्लाइंट्स their life is not as simple as this although it is about this but it's not as simple right let me explain that with our phases and you'll be able to understand that properly right so okay so this is coming from someone that is me who has had 20% 20 plus failed attempts at transforming and I've seen a lot of people not transform right first 18 years of my life I was 44 kgs obese 44 kgs obese tha main. Basically, I was at 122 kgs. Right? I forgot adding my picture here, but I would have added my picture here. Always wanted to transform, but could not transform. I tried losing fat multiple times. और कुछ कबारी क्या हुआ? I lost the fat also, but I regained it very soon. That got me to thinking, what is up? Then I started learning nutrition training, how the body works, how health works, how to fix health, and most importantly, I learned psychology. Psychology is the most important thing when it comes to a transformation because in a way everyone knows how to transform. Eat less, move more. अच्छा plan हो follow कर लो. But why is that not working for you right now? And that's something which we'll understand because that's because of those five phases and you miss out on any of the phases or a lot of those phases, right? And some people don't transform डिस्पाइट हैविंग द बेस्ट प्लान इन द वर्ल्ड ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी डिस्कवरी थी शॉकिंग डिस्कवरी थी कि प्लान वर्ल्ड का बेस्ट है बट कुछ लोग ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं कर पा रहे बिकॉज दे डो नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द फेजेस ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एंड कीप इन माइंड प्लान से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट फॉलोइंग द प्लान है यू कैन हैव द वर्ल्ड्स बेस्ट प्लान बट इफ इट इज नॉट बीइंग फॉलोड इट बिकम्स एन इशू सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद फेज नंबर वन phase number one is acceptance I learned this when I learned psychology there is something called paradox of change. If you don't accept where you are, you cannot get to your goal. Imagine karo, think about Google Maps. If you don't put your current location, do you think you would be able to go to your whatever goal location? You want to go to your favorite pizza place. Would you be able to go अगर आप current location नहीं डालते हो? The answer is no, right? So just like that, if you don't accept your current situation, whatever it is right now, you can't get to your goal. इसमें in depth में पढ़ना तो there is something called paradox of change. Long story short, if you don't accept where you are, you can't get to your goal. It sounds counterintuitive because most of the people want to get to their goal because they hate where they are, but they are not ready to accept where they are. So that becomes an issue. So number one चीज आपको क्या करना है? Accept करना है where you are right now. And a lot of times when you contact someone, when you contact coaches to sign up for the program, it's kind of acceptance. You're accepting that, okay, I need to improve. I need to learn from someone who knows this and who has done this hundreds of times. So just like Google Maps, your transformation is just like that. You need to accept where we are. अभी counterintuitive लगेगा, but most people start transforming because they hate their current situation, hate and don't accept. It's okay to know that, okay, I can improve, but it's not okay to hate yourself. If you hate yourself, you won't be able to transform, right? Because hating yourself is a habit. So start with acceptance. Just accept where you are, and it would change the game. Acceptance comes from what? Ownership. Taking ownership of where situation is and ownership of the fact that I can improve, I can transform. If hundreds of these people can transform, why can't you transform? Most of them were like you. They had tried hundreds of times. They had lost hope. They started feeling that nothing works for me. I would never be able to transform. But if they can transform, why can't you? And everything starts with acceptance. Acceptance का छोटा भाई है ownership. Ownership comes from two things, really understanding your current reality. That means where you are, where, and why. Lot of times when I ask people, okay, why are you at your current state? Their replies are random. Okay, COVID से हो गया, or their replies like मेरी ex की वजह से हो गया. Third reply, I mean, lot of different kinds of replies, but none of them actually accepts that, okay, yes, those might be the secondary situation. Primary situation was that, I ate in a caloric surplus over time, right? So current reality आपने accept करनी है, and you need to, whatever the secondary reason was, आपका primary reason was that there was something wrong with your lifestyle and your actions. जिस दिन आपने ये चीज याद रख ली, उस दिन आप game change कर दोगे, right? And I trust you for that. Uh, next thing which you need to understand is that no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save anybody. First ownership, first step आपको हर चीज का खुद लेना है. No one else can would come. And this doesn't just apply to transformations. This applies to all areas of your life. Now, this might sound paradoxical or funny coming from someone who runs multiple coaching companies. So I have like three coaching companies, and literally my business grows when people come to us and say that you are our savior. Yes, definitely we can save you, but first step आपको ही लेना पड़ेगा, right? Yes, a lot of our clients, actually almost all clients of our us give credits to us कि भाई आप नहीं होते तो हम transform नहीं हो सकते. That's true. But who took the first step? You guys, my clients, they reached out to me. Right? So yes, you need to take full ownership and no one is coming to save you, but you need to take the first step. First step अगर आप नहीं ले रहे हो, then no one can help you. And this is not just about taking the first step. This is about the future also. That means you can get the best plan in the world. You need to update us, right? I just tell my clients two things. You have two worries if you work with us. Follow the plan, update us. If you're not able to follow the plan, update us. Anything happens, just update us. I'll get to that in a second in the phases. But yeah, hope you get the point. So now there are two kinds of people. Type 1, who take full ownership of their goals. Type 2, who are looking to blame their current situation on the world, the weather, their ex, their boss, their job, and whatnot. At TeamYVS, our qualification process is so high that, so good that, we literally attract those who are like that, we are ready to put in the work. Just give us the strategy. Just help us execute. And, that changes the game. And you should always be in type 1. Whenever you think that, whenever you wake up and, think about pointing fingers at the world for your own situation or blaming the world for your own situation, that is when you're moving towards type 2, and no one grows in type 2 because that's comfortable for you, right? It's comfortable for anyone not accepting their situation, not accepting that they have a part to play in where their life is right now, and they have to take ownership, right? Now, hope you're feeling motivated after this. But this thing is very important, and again, coaches can help, definitely help, but you need to take full ownership of your goals. If you're just hiring a coach, any coach in the world, just to blame your current situation, then that won't help, right? And that's what I like, being honest on this one. I could have, just removed this part, but I like being honest on this one. ओके, सो फेज वन आपने अंडरस्टैंड कर लिया है, एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि भाई यस, आई एक्सेप्ट द करंट सिचुएशन, एंड नेक्स्ट इज आई टेक फुल ओनरशिप. नेक्स्ट कम्स एनालिसिस. सो बेसिकली आपने ओनरशिप ले लिया. नाउ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स पीपल हैव दिस मिनिमलिस्टिक अप्रोच व्हेन इट कम्स टू क्रिएटिंग अ प्लान. गाइस, प्लान क्रिएट करने के लिए यू नीड टू कवर ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स एंड इवन मोर. मैंने तो while writing this framework, I just wrote off some of the things which came to top of my mind. But all of these come into play. Who you are, what you do, where do you live, what is your work type, have you tried anything in the past to transform, what is your why, how deep is your why, what do you like eating? What do you don't like eating? What is your relationship with food? Food availability, daily activity. Where are your deficiencies? What kind of workout do you like? Home workout or working out at the gym, or right now you're not working out at all? What is your morning routine like? Where's your sleep and stress? What's your daily morning and pre-sleep routine like? What is your relationship status? Can you cook at home? Nutrient deficiencies. What are your lifestyle vices? Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you smoke up? Are you into anything else? Uh, are you dealing with any addiction of any sort? Right? It doesn't necessarily have to be in relation to uh, intoxicants, but it can be anything. Where are your confidence levels are? What about your self-esteem, self-image? Do we have any history of body shaming? Because I myself had self-image issues, any past injuries. What's your goal and what's your goal date? Are you on any medication? What does your blood work look like? What do our mood swings look like? What does your PMS look like if you are a female? Right? These are some, right? Because when I talk about analysis, it would be different for everybody. At TeamYVS, we ask 200 plus questions, and then we ask more questions while planning if required, right? Alongside what we do is, along with an analysis, we work on our client psychology using our psychology priming phase, because I understand that that's the most important thing. Your mindset should be ready to follow. You should be ready to follow the plan mentally, right? If not, then we need to work on that. So that's why we will work on this with everybody, every client of ours, to get them ready for the transformation, right? So psychology priming phase से start करते हैं, और analysis होता है 200 plus questions का. Literally, this is a part of it, but 200 plus questions you can understand in depth. Energy levels, mood swings. Even for guys, we ask, yeah, what are your mood swings like? Where's your career? Or where's other stuff? So that we understand that background में क्या चल रहा है, so that we have to coach these people, right? Okay, so once we have analyzed and once we have created the plan based off a super detailed analysis, we get our clients into something called the fat loss and health acceleration phase. One thing which I know, that humans, for example, if that's a human, don't mind my handwriting, sorry, drawing skills. Humans are two things, I and L. What is that? Humans are impatient and lazy, right? How do we work around that? So for that, we need to understand something called the motivation, discipline, and habits theory. Motivation is what gets you started, but discipline is what helps you move forward, and habits are what we need to build for a permanent transformation. So one thing which I understand is that motivation is temporary. So that is why we need to make sure that our clients start seeing results within the first few days of following the plan. And results doesn't have to be just on weight, the way they are feeling, their confidence levels, everything, right? So for most of our clients are those who have tried losing fat in the past, tried everything and kind of lost hope. So मुझे ये पता है उनके लिए we need to rebuild the trust in our clients by getting them visible results as soon as possible. Now this number is different for everybody because we need to make sure कि health भी improve हो रही है, ये नहीं कि results के चक्कर में health खराब कर दी. We need to find a balance in that. But we make sure that first 2 to 3 weeks we see visible results no matter what. All this while ensuring that health goes up. हम deficiencies fix करते हैं, nutrient deficiencies fix करते हैं, पूरा lifestyle fix करते हैं, right? Because keep in mind, what is the best motivator? Results. आपको एज अ कोच मैं जितना मोटिवेट कर दूं फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बट द डे यू स्टार्ट सीइंग रिजल्ट्स, ये इम्पेशंस और लेजीनेस सॉर्ट होनी स्टार्ट हो जाती है, बिकॉज यू स्टार्ट बिलीविंग इन योर सेल्फ, राइट? सो बेसिकली जो हम प्लान क्रिएट करते हैं सुपर डिटेल्ड, वी फ्यूल 100% एफर्ट, because keep in mind there's no better motivator than results. And once you're seeing results, motivation gets refueled automatically and creates something called momentum. और जितना ज्यादा मोमेंटम है उतना अच्छा है, बट मोमेंटम आगे वाले फेजेस के लिए एक आधे फेज में खराब हो जाता है, विच आई गेट टू इन अ सेकेंड. The goal is not just to fix the nutrition, but to change the game. From meditation, gratitude routine, earthing, daily steps, to fixing deficiencies, to eating routine, to pre-sleep routine, to gratitude routine, sustainable workouts, and learning how to get out of the comfort zone with daily and weekly accountability. सो अब इसमें वन थिंग व्हिच आई बिलीव इन इज कि यार सिर्फ डाइट, और आपको अगर इफ यू आर समवन हु जस्ट नीड्स डाइट एंड अ वर्कआउट, मिनिमलिस्ट अप्रोच चाहिए, डोंट कम टू अस. बट इफ यू नीड एन एक्सटेंसिव अप्रोच व्हिच कम्स टू चेंजेस योर लाइफ, देन दिस इज द वे टू गो, राइट? एंड वंस you start following the plan, we make sure that you update us daily updates, and then weekly detailed updates and reviews, so that we are able to pat your back or we are able to scold you when things are not correct, right? So this part is very important, and this part में बहुत important part आ जाता है कि weight fluctuations बहुत होती हैं, even when you are following the plan to the T. उस part पे accountability and is very important. So this is like, fat loss and health acceleration phase. And again, acceleration होनी चाहिए इस phase में according to me. बहुत slow results होंगे, ये सब तो मजा नहीं आता, right? We need to make sure you're getting fastest result for your body, for your adherence, depending upon your case, while making sure your health goes up, because health is what? Wealth. Next phase बहुत important है. Now, how do we deal with the devil? First thing which you need to realize is कि devil आता कब है? Devil आता है because you need to realize that the devil is coming. Now, when does the devil come? After a few days, once you have seen some results. Devil comes after you have seen some results. So, you need to understand that. And that is what. So, storyline बना देता हूँ. You start following the plan. You get a few results. Then you suddenly see that, okay, I don't feel like following the plan. And you goof up, right? So this can be in form of deviations, lifestyle changes, work demands, life related stress, disappointments, or even temporary stagnation in progress, leading to lack of motivation and even falling off the wagon temporarily. यहाँ आपको एक प्रिंसिपल अंडरस्टैंड करने की जरूरत है, दैट यू आर बाउंड टू फॉल ऑफ द वैगन. Everyone falls off the wagon, but success is seen with those who get back on track as soon as possible. So devil क्या करता है, that टेम्प्ट करने की कोशिश करता है कि यार दिस इज नॉट वर्थ इट, रिजल्ट्स आर नॉट वर्थ इट, कुछ फायदा नहीं है. एंड दिस इज वेयर issue is caused. And literally devil rides on a vehicle. And what is the vehicle called? Guilt. जनरली क्या होता है कि छोटा सा कुछ भी ऊपर नीचे होता है एंड यू जस्ट फील गिल्टी एंड यू थिंक अबाउट मेसिंग एवरीथिंग अप. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू ईट वन मील आउट ऑफ द प्लान. एक मील से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. वन मील ऑफ सैलेड कैन नॉट गेट यू सिक्स पैक्स, एंड वन मील आउट ऑफ द प्लान कैन नॉट मेस थिंग्स अप फॉर यू. बट उसके बाद जो आप मील के बाद गिल्टी फील करते हो, जो डेविल जिस पे राइड कर रहा है, दैट्स व्हाट मेसेज एवरीथिंग अप. सो दैट लीड्स टू अ होल मेस्ड अप वीकेंड, राइट? एंड उसके बाद होल वीकेंड के बाद आप और गिल्टी फील करते हो. देन you mess up the whole week, then whole month, and surprise, you are back at your square one weight, and even that is even increased. So how do we sort that? First of all, being aware कि भाई devil is still there even after you have started getting results. High level of accountability, and keeping in mind that we are humans and humans can make mistakes and fall off the wagon, right? So एक होते हैं humans, stupid humans. एक होते हैं स्टूपिड स्मार्ट ह्यूमंस, राइट? स्टूपिड ह्यूमंस क्या करते हैं? मिस्टेक गिल्ट, फॉल ऑफ द वैगन. स्मार्ट ह्यूमंस क्या करते हैं? मिस्टेक, रियलाइज दे आर ह्यूमंस एंड गेट बैक ऑन ट्रैक. राइट? तो आपने एस एच बनना है, बट स्मार्ट ह्यूमन बनना है, स्टूपिड ह्यूमन नहीं बनना. You just get back on track as soon as possible. And who can help you with that? Smart coaches. अगर अच्छे coaches के साथ आप work कर रहे हो, they would definitely help you with that because they have seen that happen thousands of times. And मैंने आपको बता दिया आपकी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के बीच में डेविल आएगा. पास्ट में आपने ट्राई किया होगा तब भी डेविल आया होगा इनमें से किसी भी चीज के फॉर्म में. और डेविल राइट्स ऑन व्हाट? गिल्ट. ये याद रखनी है आपने चीज. एंड द डे यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू विल चेंज द गेम. And once you have mastered that, you need an exit strategy and the lifestyle integration phase. So basically, now you have gotten results. Now you need to learn how to maintain these results permanently. You need to learn how to maintain these results permanently. And this is also my favorite phase. Why do I call this the favorite phase? Because I'll get to that in a second, though. Okay, so this is my favorite phase. चलो आपको मैं बता देता हूँ. Spoiler alert. In this phase, we increase the amount of food you're eating and we add your favorite food to your diet. So we teach you how to enjoy your life now while maintaining those results. So it's a game changer. Keep in mind, humans love running on dopamine, that is chasing goals. But what happens when we are about to reach the goal? Dopamine goes down and we are left clueless and often regress back to our old lifestyle because we have reached the goal. अब ये आपको सुनने में स्टूपिडिटी लगेगी कि यार हु ऑन हेल्थ हु ऑन हु इन हेल्थ वुड डू दैट, बट एवरी नॉट एवरीवन, मोस्ट पीपल डू दैट अननोइंगली बिकॉज दे हैव फॉरगॉटन कि भाई डोपामीन इज अमेजिंग, चलो सही है, बट नाउ वी नीड टू मेंटेन दीज रिजल्ट्स परमानेंटली, राइट? So that's why we need an exit strategy and we need a lifestyle integration phase, a phase which teaches you how to maintain these results permanently while enjoying your life. यहाँ सब मेरा फेवरेट फेज क्यों है? क्योंकि यहाँ पे enjoyment बहुत ज्यादा. You learn how to maintain and even get more results, more fat loss in most cases while eating more food, while being more chill when it comes to the plan, right? So if you get to square one after reaching a goal, that is the biggest stupidity you can do. So don't do that. And you know how do we do that? By making sure we have a lifestyle integration phase with high level of accountability. See, following the plan to reach a goal is step one, but it is pointless if we cannot maintain our results. I'm 100% sure you can agree, but if you don't agree to this, sorry, Shaktiman, that is that is wrong mindset, and that is bad. So basically, this phase is about learning how to sustain a lifestyle without goals. Now the only goal is permanent results. Maintain karna hai. That's all. Maintain karna hai. A lot of times my clients are like, okay, put me on a lean muscle gain phase and everything else. That is there. But a lot of you good guys would be like, okay, I am at my dream body. Now I just want to maintain. Right? So we need to learn this. Learning how to eat your favorite food daily, being independent, enjoying the weekends, travel and social life, while improving our health markers further, while improving your nutrient partitioning, energy levels, sleep, and gaining that lean look via muscle gain if that's the goal, right? So basically, इस phase में आपने you need to learn how to enjoy your life with while being independent. That means without needing us also as coaches. That is why we say that this is the last time you're dieting because our goal is after this phase you should not be needing us. As simple as that. Although most of our clients stay with us because they're like, okay, dude, Team YBS fills positive light in our life, but you guys should not be needing us. And more, a lot of our clients actually leave us also because they are like, okay, we have reached our goal, and you know that, and that was our promise, and we are like, yes, awesome, and we are proud of you, and we post their transformation. Okay, so in this phase, we can also work on mindset further by leveling things further. For example, adding stuff like eye showers, Wim Hof breathing, and leveling up morning routine further to improve other areas of life. हेल्थ पे आपने वर्क कर लिया, बट अब हमने वेल्थ और रिलेशनशिप्स पे भी वर्क करना है. तो ये सारी चीजें डिसिप्लिन इंप्रूव करने से वर्क करती हैं. तो दैट्स व्हाई इन दिस फेज वी लाइक एडिंग स्टफ लाइक दिस, नॉट इन ऑल केसेस बट इन सम केसेस डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द केस. इफ ऑल अदर थिंग्स जो हमने पहले डिस्कस करी हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल मेडिटेशन, सनलाइट रूटीन, मॉर्निंग रूटीन, इफ दोस थिंग्स आर ऑलरेडी सॉर्टेड राइट नाउ, again this we don't add these for everyone, but we add it for some people because now we understand कि हेल्थ हमने एस कर ली है, वेल्थ और रिलेशनशिप्स भी सॉर्ट करनी है हमने, वेल्थ, रिलेशनशिप, करियर, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, ये सारी चीजें हमने सॉर्ट करनी है. So we learn how to keep the results permanently while sustaining and improving health and while enjoying all aspects of life. That is why this is my favorite phase. So if you want to eat Nutella daily in some quantities, you can eat that, right? Whatever your favorite foods are. And बहुत फन है और बहुत ज्यादा नेसेसरी है. मतलब ऑल फेजेस आर सुपर नेसेसरी बिकॉज आपने आज आई एम प्रिटी श्योर डेविल फेज के बारे में आपने आज तक कभी किसी से सुना नहीं होगा बिकॉज किसी ने आज तक बात ही नहीं करी बिकॉज आई इन्वेंटेड द वर्ड while writing this framework. So that is what, right? I'm giving myself credit where it's due. I invented this, and literally, I know you have gone through this because I have, and a lot of my clients have, right? So, guys, these are the most important transformation phases, and in accordance to my experience. Keep in mind, these phases are not the be all end all. These are the phases which work best for my clients, 5,000 plus clients we have worked with, and we have refined it while making mistakes as coaches, while our clients making mistakes, while me making mistakes in my own transformation journey, right? So we have devised it in 6 years. So different people can have different approaches. So if you in future decide to work with some other coach, or if you are coach, because a lot of coaches watch these and learn from us. By the way, coaches, if you want to learn from us, join FBA, dude. You learn a lot more. Anyway, coaches learn a lot from us here. So if you're a coach, if you have a different approach, that's fine. But if you take any inspiration from here, well and good. Do take inspiration because I want you to change lives. If a coach is watching this, I want you to change more lives. So back to this, guys. So keep in mind, different people have different approaches, and both can work. Right? This is the approach which we have built in the last 6 years after working with so many clients, after pulling off such shock the world transformations, and that is what. And this method, these approaches are specifically meant for those who have been trying for months and years, but nothing seems to work, have lost something called hope, and have started believing that, they can never transform. So this approach works amazingly for those. And for others, it's like literally, one second. I'll move this to the top. Okay, so for others, other approaches might work. So I'm not saying this is be all end all, but this approach, or this is what works for us. And that was my promise when I said, when I talked about this video in the first slide, that literally that's what I'm going to tell you with my heart out. Now, when I've taught you so much with my heart out, given you so much of knowledge, if you are someone who is looking to transform and making the last time you are dieting, you can fill out the short form below. There must be a link, or you can WhatsApp us. There must be a link at the bottom, or on Instagram, you can DM us the word transform. And let's see if you are a good fit for the program. We don't work with everybody. We specifically work with people like you who need the last diet method. Some people don't. For example, this is not for you if you have 2 to 3 kgs to lose. अगर आपको 2-3 kg ही lose करना है, trainings like this would help you. Also, check out our frameworks on Instagram. Check out our other trainings like this. They would help you, right? Or if you are a first timer, if you just have 2-3 kgs to lose, you don't need our approach, right? It's as simple as that. But if you are someone who has been trying to transform since months and years, uh, literally, this is for you. Just fill the form. Let's see if you're a good fit. And if you're not a good fit, we'll still help you with the resources and right direction. That's our standard operating procedure. That anyone who contacts us, we do end up helping them even if they don't become our client. Because we already have resources, why not help you? Right? So that is what, but again, it's not for you if you have 2 to 3 kgs to lose. If your goal is just gaining weight, no, we can't help you. Also, if you're a first timer, maybe just go through our content first, and that would help you. If then you are like, okay, I need help, I need to follow the last diet method with TeamYVS, the proprietary trademark method, then DM us the word transform or fill the short form, and that is what. And that is what. And also, I want you to win either way. Even if you don't message us, keep on watching our trainings, keep on watching other trainings, and see you on the other side. And thank you for watching this, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions or something like that, feel free to reach out. Thank you and bye. And see you all. And if you are a coach watching this, coaches, Fitness Business Accelerator. We have such detailed frameworks like this one for growing, starting, and growing your fitness business. Do check that out, right? And see you on the other side. Bye.